Hi, I'm Lisa Marie Latino for hipnewjersey.com, and we're all about Thanksgiving here today on the site. And who better to bring on than Cara Falco of Cara's Cucina. So Cara, let's do Thanksgiving Cucina style.
That is it, Cucina style. Now, Lisa, you and I, of course, have our Italian heritage, so we all know that Thanksgiving, Italian Thanksgiving versus other people's Thanksgiving is always a bigger deal. There's more involved. Everything's a bigger deal. There's
Yes.
more involved. But no matter who you are or how you do Thanksgiving, you always have to start with planning and preparing. So that, of course, is my number one tip for everybody. You want to really be prepared. The majority of the work for Thanksgiving really happens in the days leading up to the holiday versus on the day itself. And I think a lot of people try to dive in Thursday morning and cook a whole meal, and that's just not how you do it. You're going to overwhelm yourself, you're going to make mistakes, and then you're going to feel bad about it. So you want to plan not only your guest list, so you know the number of people that you're trying to feed, you also want to prepare your menu so you know exactly what you're making and your grocery list. If you need help with that, I've got my Ultimate Thanksgiving ebook out right now.
I'm so proud of you
on my website. Yes, caradefalco.com. So you can just download that from my site. It automatically gets into your computer. We've got all of the recipes in there, all of your ingredients, and I've got you covered from pasta dishes, because of course if it's Italian Thanksgiving, you start with pasta. Soups, we have turkey, all the side dishes, and 3 different desserts, including some recipes that haven't been released yet onto the site. So it's all in one spot. You don't need, once you have it, you don't need Wi-Fi to be looking up your recipes or anything like that. You can print it out and you have it on hand. The next tip that I have for everybody is once you have your guests and your menu planned, then you want to start preparing your actual pots and pans and your serving dishes. So you want to get out whatever it is that you're going to be serving on and mark it. This one actually happens to be carved with antipasto, so we would know, okay, this is where I'm going to put the antipasto. That's where I'm going to serve the turkey or the Brussels sprouts, whatever it's going to be. Plan it all out. Hit them with some Post-it notes so that you remember what is going in what dish, and leave them out on the counter. Now, when you start cooking, you want to actually start with the end of the meal. So we start.
That's so interesting
with
to me.
desserts.
Okay.
So yeah, so absolutely. So whatever desserts you're gonna make, you can make these Monday, Tuesday, Sunday even. Pumpkin pie, apple pie, cheesecakes, whatever it's gonna be, they will hold up in the fridge. So get that stuff done, out of the way, wrap it up, and refrigerate it. And actually, it's been cold enough here in New Jersey that you can leave it outside on the porch as long as you don't have too many animals around. Again, Italian people always have the extra refrigerator. If you don't, just put it outside on the porch and wrap it good. So you want to start with dessert so you can get that stuff out of the way.
Okay.
The other thing that people often forget, especially if you have a frozen turkey, and I deliberately bought this very frozen bird here today, you have to make sure that it's defrosted properly.
Okay.
So again, things take time. You don't just want to leave it out on the counter overnight, because then you're gonna have, you know, wings and legs that have been out overnight and it's poultry, and a breast that's probably still pretty frozen on the inside, or a cavity that's still frozen. So you want to put it, and it's depending on weight, but you want to put it in the refrigerator Monday or Tuesday and let it slowly defrost, because no matter what method of cooking you're using, the bird has to be fully defrosted, and then for about 30 minutes you want to put it on the countertop so it comes to room temperature before you start cooking your turkey.
Okay.
A really popular way that I know people love to cook turkeys is frying them, and again, this is why defrosting the bird is really important, because if you put a frozen turkey in a fryer, it will explode in your home. We both have news backgrounds. We've done that story many times.
So what is your preferred method?
So I prefer to actually brine a turkey and then roast it.
Okay.
So brining a turkey, and people, you're gonna see like the eyeballs getting big as we do this, but when you brine a turkey, what you're really doing, yes, I'm gonna give that to you, is tenderizing the meat, flavoring the meat, and just making everything soft and flavorful and juicy. So people kind of panic, because what you want to do is for every gallon of water that you're going to use to cover the bird, you want to put in 1 cup of salt. Yeah, so exactly. Everybody makes that face. I assure you,
Loaded city.
it is not going to make your bird salty in any way, shape, or form. Again, it just tenderizes it, and we just want enough that we've covered our bird here. He's floating a little because it's still frozen. You want to do this overnight. You want to do it at least one night, 12 hours before you start cooking, so that allows those flavors to get into the bird. Again, it tenderizes the meat. It makes things nice and moist and juicy. And it will not, I promise you, it will not make anything salty. And you can play with this from there. This is the most basic version. So a gallon of water to 1 cup of salt. You can use apple cider vinegar. You can put fresh herbs and spices in here. So when I do my turkey for my family, I'll do this with fresh sage, and some salt, some pepper as well, just to kind of add those additional flavors into the meat.
So you're doing the turkey this year?
Yes, we are. My mother and I kind of jointly put things together, but I'm kind of responsible for methods and things like that.
And what else is on your menu?
So we are going to be doing a butternut squash soup. We're doing butternut squash stuffed shells, which are actually stuffed with traditional cheese, but then they're in a butternut squash sauce.
Like a creamy...
Yeah, like a creamy butternut squash sauce.
Okay.
It's super delicious.
That's amazing. And I'd be done after that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even eat the turkey.
No,
after
that's the first course.
I know, I know how we do.
Yes, exactly. Yeah,
But like if you're like Irish or something.
yeah,
watching
I know they're like, that's a lot of food
Yeah.
to start off with. So we're doing that. We'll also be doing some roasted Brussels sprouts. We're doing a regular green salad. We're doing honey roasted sweet potatoes, as well as baked regular potatoes, and then of course turkey, a ham. We're also doing a Spanish style pernil, a small one.
Wow.
We're a lot of people.
You're a lot of people.
And then
coming
dessert.
over.
Yeah, come on over. There's always plenty of food. And then my last tip for folks is that if they do want to stuff their turkey, so there's some controversy, if you will, about stuffing your turkey.
How come?
So when you prepare a stuffing or a dressing, it's fully cooked, even if it has meat in it. So once it's ready, then you're putting it into raw poultry. So there's a possibility of contamination. So a lot of folks will tell you that to simply avoid that altogether, just serve it as a dressing. That's when it's called dressing, and it's just on the side. Stuffing is when it's in the bird. If you really have to have the stuffing in the turkey, one tip to kind of help you out with that is to use some cheesecloth and line the cavity of the turkey with the cheesecloth first, and then put your stuffing in, so that when everything is ready and it comes out of the oven, you just take your cheesecloth and pull, and all your stuffing will come right out of the cavity of the bird. No problem. You don't have to sit there scraping it out. These things are time consuming. It's a holiday.
Yeah.
People want to eat. You gotta get that food on the table. So this will kind of help save you some time and trouble as far as getting the stuffing out of the turkey if you do decide to put it in.
Wow.
Yeah.
You're amazing. So everyone, definitely, you have to download this ebook because, the Thanksgiving tips that you provided in these few minutes, I can only imagine what's in this book.
Yeah, there's 10 recipes in there. Like I said, got you covered from start to dessert and everything in between. Some creative ideas, some traditional ideas, and of course we've got videos online for each and every one of them as well.
Awesome. And where can we find that?
That is all going to be at caradefalco.com.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. We'll see you in here for the ultimate Italian holiday, Christmas.
Of course.
Oh my God, we will literally need a whole day in here because
And a bigger table.
a bigger table, maybe some nose plugs because of all the fish.
Feast of 7 fishes.
Exactly. I say we do it. I know Ryan, he'll like some of the bacala.
There you go.
Right?
Do it.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much,
Thank you
Cara.
for having me.
Happy Thanksgiving to all of our hipnewjersey.com family out there. We will see you next time.